Hello and welcome to today's daily message. Throughout most of this week, I want to reflect on a point that has something to do with our celebration of the Mass, our celebration of the Eucharist. It's a point that was emphasized and given focus in the Second Vatican Council. The Council issued a document on the reform of the liturgy. And one of the points that they made, kind of framing the Eucharist as a whole, was that Christ is present in the Eucharist in more than one way. Certainly, Christ is present in the Eucharistic species, the bread and wine, but that Christ is present in many other ways during the Mass. So I want to reflect on that throughout this week. But I will begin my reflections with talking about how Christ is present in the bread and the wine. The Second Vatican document says this, that Christ is present, quote, especially under the Eucharistic species. At the Last Supper, we know Jesus, when he broke bread and gave it to the disciples, when he offered them the cup, he said, "This is my body, this is my blood. Do this in remembrance of me." And so when we celebrate the Eucharist, we are continuing what Christ began at the Last Supper. Another point that is worth talking about when we're talking about the Eucharistic species is that the Mass links the Last Supper with the Messianic banquet, that banquet which we will all share in eternity at the end of time. And so, in a sense, the Eucharist compresses all of time. It brings the past into the present. It brings the future into the present. So, the basic point is that Christ is truly present in the bread and wine that is offered at the Eucharist. But through the rest of this week, I'll be talking about some of the other ways that Christ is also present in the Eucharist. Thank you so much for watching today.